I've decided to make a video regarding curriculum. I'm at the very end of my window to go ahead and set a date for school, to begin, and I'm stuck. I have a 5-year-old that I think I'm gonna start him off in pre-K because he's not ready for school yet. And I also have a 7, soon to be 8-year-old that'll be entering into 2nd grade next year. And when I look at all the curriculum choices, everything for 2nd grade, for the most part, is diving deep into U.S. history. When I went and did some research to find out why this was, experts say that children should be educated on their country of origin because it helps them connect with the history. And then I began to go a little deeper down the rabbit hole. And this U.S. history that they're showing right now only shows old white men. That's not what my kids look like. And most of the history from then up until, what is it, the 1800s? It's still all white people. Like, I have no problem with the real history being told, but we can't just call Christopher Columbus a hero, and that's it, and have our children thinking that the Santa Maria is something important to know about, but not why it's important or how it got here and what they were doing here. And so I'm looking out to the families of color, but also even if you're not from America, what do you think about the fact that the history is completely whitewashed? And even for those of you who have been abused by America throughout the years, what are you using for your children? Because quite frankly, I think the route I'm going is that I'm going to have to create my own curriculum or put together unit studies. But right now I'm going to focus on cultures of the world until I can get that done. But it's kind of tough to be in this position. It's actually enlightening. I feel so blessed that I'm in this position because now it's really putting into perspective. Why I'm doing this. It's really forced me to consider, why am I homeschooling my children and what do I want them to get from this? And I'm learning the whole time as well. And also one fact that my aunt told me about our culture specifically, because I feel like this will resonate with people that are not American. And when I say American, I mean you're not from America. When I say people that are not American, I mean like you're not from America, or your ethnicity specifically has a different culture than just American culture. And we were talking about that time, anybody who's been in a situation where you're sitting in class and there's a history lesson taking place and you're the only person of color in the class, or the only person that's from somewhere else, and they begin to start the lesson and you can feel the teacher scrambling with his or her words. You can feel the students wanting to look at you, and sometimes they probably do. Giving my personal experience, I think it was 3rd grade was one of the first times I heard about slavery, and I was in a predominantly white school, and it was a horrible and uncomfortable feeling to be sitting in the class, and now I felt like this label was upon me. Ooh, your people were enslaved. It made me feel less than already. When I talked to my aunt about this, she was like, well, consider this. Like, now that you're in a position you're in control of your children's education, let's make their first introduction to their race, their ethnicity, their past. Let's take it back to Africa. Why not start there? And the first image of themselves is kings and queens, and warriors, and strong people, and beautiful, lush land, versus you start them at slavery. Give me your thoughts on that. Thanks.